on Sky Sports Friday fight night. This is the main event of the evening. Please welcome to the ring, firstly, the challenger from Italy, Giacobbe Fragomeni.
The world-rated and hard Italian, Giacobbe Fragomeni. He's undefeated in 21 straight fights. He's brought plenty of supporters here. Turned professional late at 31, 5.5 years ago. He was a solid amateur, plenty of credentials, and possibly a very capable challenger tonight. He told us last night he's the cruiserweight Mike Tyson, Jim, and says he'll rip the title away from Haye.
Well, nothing in his previous record suggests he's a Mike Tyson fight alike. But he turned pro late, but his handlers have brought him along steadily. They haven't rushed him, taken their time, built an impressive unbeaten 21-fight record. Moved him into title class a couple of years ago, so I think they feel the time is right. It's not too often the Italians are too keen to bring fighters abroad to chase titles. They obviously feel this man is good enough to take that chance. He's here tonight, and I think he really fancies the job.
Confident look about Fragomeni. Never been beaten in a professional ring.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the European Cruiserweight Champion, David Haymaker Haye.
The path to glory begins with revenge. Hey, man! Make some noise for David Haye. A man! Heavy hit after heavy hit. Need some get back. The Haymaker's gonna knock you out. The Haymaker's gonna bring the pain. That's it. Hey back. The Haymaker. A man. The revenge. A man. Get running. Back.
His own music.
Get ready.
Made for the charismatic and classy European Cruiserweight Champion, David Haye. Explosive power, big hype. But they were dimmed in that summer bore with the negative Ismail Abdul. He was criticised, and he's under some pressure to perform tonight. Has he got to prove, Jim, that he's got the all-round makeup to compete with the world's elite?
Yeah, I still think there are questions been asked of David. I mean, a tremendously exciting fighter, one of the most exciting fighters in the country. But there's a big step between the level he's been performing at in genuine world class. Fragomeni is a step along that road, probably the toughest opponent he has faced as a pro. This will be a test. Tonight we may well find out a couple of things about David Haye. Is his stamina suspect? How is his chin? How's his overall toughness? Because this could prove a grueling fight for him.
He's lapping it up, calls himself the glamour boy of British boxing. But this is an important night's work. Let's have a look at the vital statistics. Fragomeni 11 years older at 37, and look at that height and reach advantages for David Haye. That's quite something. Haye 14-4 bang on the cruiserweight limit. Both been around the same sort of time and experience. Haye not many rounds box, but a big puncher. We'll learn a lot more about David Haye tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials appointed for this contest, the steward in charge, Mr. John Handler, the timekeeper, Mr. Nick White, the supervisor for the European Boxing Union, its vice president, Mr. Peter Stuckey, the judges scoring the contest at ringside on the 10-must system, Mr. Predrag Aleksic of Serbia and Montenegro, Mr. Robin Dolpierre of France, and Mr. Esa Latasari of Finland. And when the action begins, the third man in the ring this evening, our referee from Belgium, Mr. Daniel van der Wiel. Live and exclusive on Sky Sports Friday Fight Night from York Hall, Frank Maloney in association with Haymaker proudly presents tonight's main event, sponsored by BBE Boxing Equipment, Trad Index, Red Square and Stan James, who proudly present a contest of 12 3-minute rounds to decide the Cruiserweight Championship of Europe and the final eliminator for the WBC Cruiserweight Championship of the world. Between and introducing the boxers, and firstly, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white-black trunks, he comes from Milan in Italy. He weighed in at 14 stone, 2 pounds, 2 ounces, and comes to the ring tonight undefeated in the professional, 21 wins from 21 contests, 9 wins coming by way of knockout. He's rated at number 3 by the WBC and is the WBC International Champion. And tonight, the challenger for the title, please welcome from Italy, Giacobbe Fragomeni. And across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the all-black trunks, fighting from Bermondsey. He weighed in at 14 stone, 4 pound. He holds an 18-fight record, 17 wins, 16 wins, coming by way of knockout with just 1 solitary loss. Ranked by the WBC at number 2, he's the reigning Cruiserweight Champion of Europe. Tonight, making the 3rd defence of his title, presenting London's very own, David Haymaker Haye! The referee, Mr. Daniel van der Wiel, will now give his final instructions to both boxers.
I spoke to both of you in the dressing room. Obey my commands at all time, protect yourself at all time, give the best you can, shake hands.
12 3 rounds for the Cruiserweight Championship of Europe.
3rd defence of his cherished European Cruiserweight belt for David Haye. But of equal importance here, a final eliminator for the prestigious WBC World Crown, currently held by the American-based Jamaican O'Neal Bell. It's a vital night for Haye. He looks pumped up, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, this is a massive night for him. I think his cruiserweight career may be in borrowed time. There's still stories around how strong is he at the weight. Well, we'll find out tonight, because I think Fragomeni is going to take him into the later rounds if he lives up to his reputation.
Just some slight debate in the Italian team. There's Giacobbe Fragomeni is about to go into battle. Just complaining the photographers were too close. What's this Italian got? He's unbeaten in 21, but he is old. And how much mentally will the victory back in 1999 help Fragomeni? Or, Jim, was that just a long time ago?
It was a long time ago, but we have to remember he was a fully mature man at that time. He was only a boy. But I tell you, this is a positive start from the visitor. We have to expect him to come forward. He's wasting his time coming here if he's not going to try to march forward. But this is positive. Nice right hand from Haye. Good uppercut.
Left and right from David Haye. And looking for the body, this physical size difference really apparent close in at ringside.
See, Fragomeni has been able to take fighters' punches on his forehead as he marches forward. but I don't think he's ever faced anyone with the raw power of Haye. Haye can knock him out with punches to the forehead, so he may have to try something else.
16 knockouts in 17 wins for David Haye. He says he's been able to punch since he was a 3-year-old boy. Fragomeni trying to close in and crowd Haye. Make the champion work. That's got to be his tactic.
Yeah, he must expect Haye to win some of the early rounds, but he must make him work to do that. He can't give rounds away. This is still positive stuff. He's coming off second best on the quality. Punch has been landed, but plenty of desire and enthusiasm in his work.
Marauding forward, getting the gloves up, blocking most of those from Haye. Try not to be overawed or intimidated. This is a hard man from Milan.
Now that was a right hand that Haye would have expected to put any cruiserweight onto the back foot. Fragomeni took the punch and marched forward, so how will Haye react against someone who can take his power and come through it?
Absolutely. If he shows the solid chin, Fragomeni, he may be looking to close in at the later stages. Just complains there.
Complaining about a clash of heads here. The heads came together, but with his experience, he shouldn't have reacted to that. He's making Haye work. So that was it. Haye was dangerous with his head there. The referee pulled him. So maybe it was a good idea, Fragomeni showing out the last time it happened. Get the referee watching.
He's been targeting the body too in the opening session, trying to get the jab out. Interesting start. A very warm welcome back to a jam-packed York Hall Bethnal Green. 5th appearance in this arena for David Haye. How did he start, Jim?
Started well, but he had no choice. I mean, he had to start well, had to box at a pace, because Fragomeni has made him do that. He's made him work. He's won the opening round, but Fragomeni has made him work to do that, and that must be his plan.
Some bookmakers had Haye a 33-1 on favourite, with Fragomeni 8-1 against. Will the Italian make those odds laughable later on? We'll be trying to take Haye into the trenches and test the stamina and chin of the European champion. These first 3 or 4 rounds, Jim, crucial.
Yeah, well, Haye must be in front at the halfway stage, because that's what we expect. Any problems he may have, whether there be stamina, slightly weight trained or whatever. But he's going about the job well, but I feel he's been forced to box at this pace. I don't think it's a pace he enjoys too much.
As he went 12 rounds for the first time in July against Ismail Abdul, but he got heavily criticised for treating that largely as a sparring session.
Yeah, and that was 12 rounds at walking pace, so it hasn't told us anything whatsoever about his stamina over the championship distance.
Fragomeni with that tough look to him. He's trying to walk forward, and Haye attempts the uppercuts. Might be an important shot against the man only standing at 5'9½".
See, a man who's marching forward with his neck muscles tensed at all time and his chin down and his jaw clamped shut tightly because he knows punches are coming. Difficult to knock these guys out. It's when you catch people by surprise as they're backing off. So these are beautiful punches coming from Haye. Fragomeni is able to absorb them because he's set himself to do that. And nothing Haye has done has discouraged him in the slightest.
There's a slight wince when a body shot landed, and there's nose damage to the Fragomeni. I don't think that will bother the heavily tattooed Italian challenger.
Well, I think Fragomeni will be looking upon the first couple of rounds as a success, because he's getting punches home and he's making Haye work, and I don't think Haye likes it one bit. He'd much prefer to be in control of things, as he's been pretty much throughout his career.
The Italians have taken this seriously. Been over for a couple of weeks, facing themselves in Stoke-on-Trent, where he's apparently been excellent in sparring Fragomeni.
Well, Haye is winding up bombs, and I don't see the point. I mean, look at the power he's putting into these shots. If they're being blocked, or if the other guy's taking them, you've got to start thinking 12 rounds, you've got to start, drop the power until you're going to catch the target cleanly. But he's putting power into every shot, maybe not all that wise.
Right hand from Fragomeni. Good end to the round from the Italian.
A 7th straight defeat.
It's a very low time for English rugby.
There's nothing that England can do about
With the Cuban coach Jorge Rubio, back with Adam Booth, his regular trainer for this.
Well, he's always in good shape, but I always get the feeling David Haye has his own ideas about preparing himself for a fight, and I don't think very few fighters are capable of doing that. But I tell you, Fragomeni went back to a very happy corner at the end of the second.
Third round of the third defence of David Haye's 14-stone 4 cruiserweight title. He weighed bang on the limit. It's no secret that he struggles to make it, wants to move to heavyweight at some point soon. And that could be difficult as well, Jim, as this fight ticks on.
Yeah, well, that is the biggest question about David Haye. I mean, they've made it pretty public. He struggles at the weight. He's missed the scales before. Usually gets it bang on the button. And he's been forced back here from the first belt. He's never been able to push Fragomeni back. He's landed his best shots, be it high on the forehead, but Fragomeni has taken everything, come back for more.
Nobody has found a way to beat Giacobbe Fragomeni in 21 professional starts. And Haye didn't in the amateurs. 11-1 he lost in that qualifying tournament for the Olympics. And Fragomeni is starting to pull his way forward.
Well, Fragomeni on my card lost the first 2 rounds, but went back to a delighted corner. They were beaming the smiles because they reckon these are the tactics that they've brought as part of the plan. And these are good shots from Haye. That one landed on the chin. This is what he needs. Has to find the target, not the forehead.
A decent uppercut, and he's working the body as well, David Haye. Van der Meulen says watch the elbow. Very experienced referee was in with Lennox Lewis and Hasim Rahman.
Well, we thought Fragomeni may answer a few questions, and it's looking more and more like that because he's still taking these shots and still marching forward.
One question is how Haye will cope when the chips are really down and he's in a slugfest. He said he's had wars with the former IBF champion Kelvin Davis in sparring. He says, don't question my heart in any way.
Actually, I've never questioned his heart because he showed in the only fight he lost against Carl Thompson. He had plenty of heart. It's the stamina and how strong is he at this cruiserweight limit. Those are the questions for me. Talent, not in question. Power, not in question.
He was all over Carl Thompson for a couple of rounds, but ran out of steam and was stopped.
Well, Fragomeni still marching forward, but not getting so many punches off. Just proving me wrong, just as I was saying that.
Again, Haye aiming for the body, but has to take one to the head at the end of the third. Millions have taken this seriously because that guy is Patricio Oliva, the former world light welterweight champion, and he only gets involved with people he thinks are winners.
Yeah, well, I got the feeling, looking at the camp, they've come here to win, and you can see Fragomeni is putting everything he has into this. Technically, he's not in the same league as Haye, but very, very strong and tough.
Haye slumped on his stool there in between rounds as he comes out for only the 59th in his pro career. Started here in December 2002. So much expected of Haye. Brilliant amateur. Can he deliver it when it really matters?
good little spell here from Fragomeni. See, the problem for Haye, he can't throw light punches because they won't keep this man off, but he can't wind up bombs that are not getting the job done because he's going to run out of steam. So it's really a fine line on how to pace this. Has to stay in charge, but still think about this as a 12-rounder.
I mean, Jim, Fragomeni is not a big puncher himself, only 9 knockouts, but he sort of chips away at you.
Yeah, and see guys who are not big punchers, they're always in the best of shape because they know they're going to have to perform for a lot of rounds to get the victory, so they're always in great shape. And I've no question he is. He's still happy with this pace. He maybe lost just a little bit of his composure.
Haye, of course, has only gone 12 rounds the once. Fragomeni a couple of times. Now a victory in the 11th to the Italian. Not many names on the record, but he's doing okay here as the challenger.
He's actually pretty similar in the qualities faced to David Haye. I mean, this is the toughest fight on paper for both of these guys. So it's just it's going to be down to who wants it that little bit more, because I think already his tactics maybe have to have been changed. This is a good round so far for Fragomeni. He's getting a lot more punches off because he's finding time to do that. A good work there from Haye.
A decent right from Fragomeni. Back came David Haye with a combination. He's got these fast hands, but how tough is it now for him at cruiserweight? I mean, Jim, when you're talking about going up a weight, you're surely not that comfortable at it.
No, and they've been talking a long time as though they were in a hurry to get a world title fight at cruiserweight, and we know he's missed the scales in the past. And this is exactly the kind of fight where it's going to show itself if he's draining his body a little bit. I tell you, this is not a good round for David Haye. He's been forced onto the defensive. Best round so far, without a doubt, for Fragomeni.
Haye coming back towards the end. Fragomeni shakes his head, says he's not hurt. This is hard.
10 p.m. Sky Sports 2.
Yep, don't miss that. In contrast, David Haye and Giacobbe Fragomeni have been pretty amiable with each other all week. But inside there, it is becoming an increasingly tough encounter.
See, this is maybe one of those fights that would have been better for David Haye abroad, where he could maybe get on his bike and win a fight in a negative fashion, but it's difficult to do that at home when your fans have bought tickets. But I tell you, his tactics at the moment are not working.
More meat into these punches from Fragomeni, who doesn't mind taking some, just to wade forward and close the gap. That's better from Haye. Found the shot there and looked to attack the body too.
See, I think Haye's chance maybe when he's counter-punching, this is the most aggression we've seen from Fragomeni, so that exposes his chin a little bit, maybe give Haye the chance to catch him more cleanly. But he's taken everything on the forehead without a problem.
Uppercut.
See, again, draw the lead, then get the punches off. Maybe that way he'll get through that defence.
I mean, a clever fighter, Haye, should be able to come up with plan A, B and C because of his amateur experience.
Yeah, but this is against a very experienced man here tonight, a man who knew exactly what he was going to do when he came into the ring, and he hasn't changed that plan. He's happy with it, and he's having more success in these rounds. Haye doing a bit better in this round than he did in the previous, but Fragomeni still having his bit of success.
Fragomeni, a good amateur himself, as well as the victory over Haye. He was the European heavyweight champion in 1998. Top quality fight, really.
Yep, this is as good as we expected. I thought there was some questions answered tonight about David Haye, and I think that's the case. See, so many of Haye's fights have ended in 1, 2 and 3 rounds. This is where you sometimes pay the penalty for being such a big puncher.
Haye did have to extend himself by his own standards to 8 rounds to deal with Lasse Johansson in this ring in March.
Well, Haye for me is winning around here without winding up the power punches, but he still doesn't have a happy look about his work. He doesn't have the initiative here, and he's not used to that.
And he's having to work at a pace we don't know whether he feels comfortable at.
Yep, although I think on quality punches landed, he nicked that round, but Fragomeni's the happier one.
Well, a very prestigious belt, the European Cruiserweight title. Sam Reeson went on to become a world title challenger. Good fighter. Anaclet won, but excellent. Defended world title 7 times. Johnny Nelson, of course, world champion too. Title changing hands quickly. Massimiliano Duran, 93-94. He was beaten by Carl Thompson. Carl Thompson, one of our great servers. And Alexander Gurov, who David Haye knocked out in 45 seconds for this title. And Terry Dunstan, who also knocked out Gurov many years ago. Plenty of very accomplished holders of this title. It means a great deal to David Haye. Can he cling on to it tonight, Jim?
Yeah, well, it means even more to David Haye than most European defences, because it's an eliminator for the World Championship. So this is really to keep his career going on the rails that it's been on since he turned pro. Still no signs that anything he has done has discouraged Fragomeni in the slightest.
The cruiserweight from Milan, unperturbed about what's in front of him. Haye on the back foot.
See, this is what he has to do, find himself some space. Nice little bust from Fragomeni. See, Haye needs to step off, find some room and count. Oh, good shot!
Lovely work from David Haye. Right hands hurt Fragomeni, and suddenly he ups the tempo. Cracking uppercut, and this is what David Haye can do. Glimpses of his very best.
But look at the experience of Fragomeni there, bobbing and weaving, steering right back at David Haye. And I tell you, if he can take that punch cleanly on the chin without going over, David Haye may have bigger problems than we thought. That was a corker.
Right hand thumped into the body of Fragomeni. Haye has put his foot down on the accelerator. Deep breath from the Italian. But look how brave he is, how strong he is.
Now this is quality work from David Haye in this round. What a beautiful punch that was. And there's no question, it seriously rocked Fragomeni. He was in big trouble there. But he sucked it up, and back he comes.
Small piece of evidence that David Haye could become a star in British boxing, but can he keep it up? Can he sustain the good work?
Well, it's frustrating when you can't catch an opponent cleanly, but sometimes it's even more frustrating when you catch him cleanly with your best shot and he's still there looking at you. And that's what happened in this round.
Deep breath from Fragomeni. Has Haye softened him up? Or is there more in the reserves, in the tank of the Italian? It's fascinating, Jim.
Yeah, and I tell you, we've seen some class work from Haye in this round. He's still been forced around, still not all that comfortable with this kind of fighting, but he's coping with it so well. These are beautiful shots.
Another right hand round the side from David Haye. Says his haymakers will make the difference. And he'll get a mid-round stoppage. That was the prediction.
We have to remember the good news for Haye is that Fragomeni is not a big puncher. That was a tremendous round. for David Haye.
Yeah, how much did that take out of Fragomeni? Because this was classy from Haye, Jim.
Yep. That was the best round of the fight so far, because he had to produce some quality, and he did it. I mean, that was a tremendous right-hand punch. What kept Fragomeni on his feet, I don't know, because he couldn't have been caught any more cleanly. But psychologically, who's it going to harm more? Will he be worried now that his power's not getting the job done? He's been catching Fragomeni high in the forehead, but several times he landed in the chin. And he doesn't look all that unhappy, as though this is still part of the plan.
Plenty in the back. Chip away for the first one.
Second half of this interesting European cruiserweight defence by David Haye. A stab at the WBC World Champion O'Neil Bell lies ahead some point in the future for the winner. Both world class and world rank, these two. But who's going to have the final say?
Well, he has started quietly, but maybe he's thinking do the better work in the second half of the round as opposed to early, and the judges forget about it. So maybe he's learning here as he goes along.
19th fight for David Haye. 22nd for Giacobbe. Fragomeni right hand and doubles it up, and Haye's cut too. Cut by the left eye. Problems here for Haye.
No question there was a punch in there. The referee has signalled down that it was a punch that caused it. Doesn't look a bad injury, but if it worsens, he is in big trouble.
Punches caused the cut. Two went in clean from Fragomeni, and it's bleeding quite profusely. And Mick Williamson's in the blue corner, getting his stuff ready to work. Minute and a half left in the round.
Well, this is just another thing that David Haye has to cope with, another test of his character. And I wonder, has the big round in the previous round dented his confidence or not? Big problems, the cut is worsened already.
Yeah, looks deep now. The cut for Haye. Tries to fight fire with fire. But Fragomeni is bulldozing his way through. And the Italians are starting to get excited alongside us.
Well, all Fragomeni is interested in is making that injury worse, and you can't blame him. He's spotted a lifeline that makes him even tougher.
Another cracking round, enticing action. Look how bad the cut to Haye's eye is. Remember, if the fight is stopped on the cut, he will lose because a punch caused the cut.
Yeah, and there is no question whatsoever that it was a punch that caused it. We saw the blood as soon as the punch landed. Big drive here from Fragomeni. Just the last thing that he needed. He's just probably boxed the best round of his professional career. Comes out here and disaster strikes.
Thrilling action. But David Haye's face is a bloody mask, and Mick Williamson's got a minute to do something. He's worked on bad cuts. Can he do anything with this?
Come, Phil. Hi. Yeah. Good, Phil. You're going all right. Keep nice and still now.
It is to the side of the eye.
Well, the referee handled the incident well. He just kept well out of it, but that was the punch, and you see the blood straight away after that right hand. No question it was a punch, and that was just the added incentive that Fragomeni needed. He pressed for the rest of that round. He probably thinking, just get this round behind me, get back to the corner, see if Mick Williamson, that's a bad cut, Adam, bad cut.
That is deep.
It seems to be just above the bone, which is a slight bit of good news as far as it's worsening. If it had been along the bone of the eyebrow, then every chance it's going to become a horrendous cut. but the direction it's taken, maybe it won't worsen. We'll have to hope for the best.
Mick Williamson, who's kept Paul Lloyd and Ricky Hatton in fights before, patches David Haye up as best he can. 8th round, and Fragomeni's confidence, Jim, is going to be sky high now.
But I think although he's been losing the rounds, most of the rounds, I think the plan, they feel it's been working because they've made Haye work in every single round, almost every second of every round, and that's what they came to do. They'll be hoping the last third of the fight is when he can maybe take over. But full credit to Haye, he's got himself in great shape, and there are no signs of him seriously sagging. He's feeling the pace, but who wouldn't? But no signs that he's sagging in any way.
Yeah, proving his mettle, David Haye, but walking into more as he nods at Fragomeni. Respect to plenty between these two tough competitors. Who wants it more?
Well, I think he is proving tonight he is ready to challenge for a world title. That the cut has started bleeding again. I don't know if it's worsened or it's just that the medication has been knocked back out again, but it's bleeding again. But thankfully the referee doesn't seem to be panicking about it.
Fragomeni working the body as well as that cut. Haye light on his feet, just trying to find a way to drive Fragomeni back if he can.
Not the same fire in Fragomeni's work this round. He knows he has to come forward. He's seen his chance. Has he used up more energy than he should have done in the last round when the cut occurred? Haye boxing well again.
Right hand to the head, right to the body. But they just bounce off this rock-hard Italian, who's showing some durability here. Fabulous action, Jim.
Yeah, this is a tremendous fight. I mean, we knew it would be tough for Haye. We weren't sure just how competitive it would be, but boy, it certainly is competitive as well. This guy, Fragomeni, has never taken a backward step.
Heads bumping together, blood absolutely seeping from that cut by the left eye of Haye. Oh, left hook from Fragomeni. Picked that one well.
Well, I think that the advantage in natural weight is probably helping Haye here. That was a good round. I thought he picked by far the higher quality punches.
I don't want to see this fucker anywhere near me now.
David Haye sucking it up, proving heart bottle stamina. I mean, he's answering questions here. He's ticking boxes, Jim.
I think he's ticked all the boxes now, and if being negative, this is the most important fight of his life, if being negative from here on in is the best way to get a result, then he's got to do that. He's cut, he's tiring, but then again so is Fragomeni, but now it's all a case of a result. He took criticism for a boring performance last time. I don't think Fragomeni is going to let him take his foot off the gas, but he's just got to find a way of turning this into a victory. He's well ahead on my card, but the cut is a serious problem.
And only the second time that David Haye has heard the bell for round number 9. Ismail Abdul Bour, to be honest, didn't tell us that much about Haye working at a pace he's had to tonight. He's had to grit his teeth, and at the moment, it's paying off.
See, this is really tough now. Haye has really put out so much work to keep himself in control here. Fragomeni, there seemed a little sag in his work rate in the previous round, but maybe that little drop in pace, he's back slightly refreshed because he's looking positive again.
Haye, who's the number 2 in the WBC, the number 5 in the WBA, 3 in the IBF. So much at stake here. Body shot with the left hand from Haye. Can he sicken Fragomeni? He's hurt him, and Fragomeni's in trouble. And David Haye goes for the finish. He's down. Daniel van der Wielen was slowing, but he takes the count. And suddenly, in the 9th round, David Haye stands on the brink.
It's all over. It's all over.
Win. The Italians have pulled out their man, and David Haye gets the victory that gets his career really firing, because, Jim, he proved so much tonight.
He proved everything tonight. Just at the end of the last round, I said he's already ticked all the boxes. It's just a case now of getting a result. Didn't think he'd get that result in the very next round. That was a fantastic performance, beyond anything he's had to achieve throughout his career. I mean, we knew it was going to be tough. I didn't realise it would be quite so competitive. Full credit to Fragomeni for what he brought to the table tonight. A superb performance, and congratulations to David Haye.
Last time in Altrincham, the crowd were walking out. This time they are saluting their new hero, David Haye, who retains his European title and, maybe more importantly, takes the final eliminator for the WBC crown. And this is how it all unfolded at the end.
Yeah, and any questions about his stamina or his strength at cruiserweight, he's answered those two. That was the body shot that just sickened Fragomeni that little bit, left him open slightly, probably pulled his elbows down to cover the second punch coming, and he was caught cleaner to the head. The referee could probably get in maybe a little bit quicker there and saved him taking that punch. But I think by this time, his corner had already decided to get him out of there. Tremendous punching from Haye. Look at the power he could still summon up here. I think he paced things perfectly. Tactics were perfect. Struggled all the way through, but he coped with that struggle. And when Fragomeni got back to his feet after the knockdown, he looked to the corner as though to say, "No, all gone, get me out of here." And they did that. But these are tremendous punches. Power still there after 8 hard rounds. Tremendous.
Fragomeni, an immense effort. But Patricio Oliva, so experienced, pulls his man out. And look what it meant to David D. Haye, the night of his boxing life to date.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute 29 seconds of round 9, Giacobbe Fragomeni's corner has retired their boxer, leaving the winner and still cruiserweight champion of Europe, David Haye. And ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciations, Giacobbe Fragomeni. The steward in charge.
Smiles from Fragomeni, who lifts Haye's arm aloft. Revenge for David Haye following the amateur loss, where it matters, in the professional ring. 17th knockout of his career, and surely the sweetest.
Well, he's proved he's genuine world class tonight. The only question remaining, is he good enough to beat O'Neill Bell? And hopefully we'll find out about that in the not too distant future. He's not looking for a quick match, obviously that cut will have to heal. But hopefully within the next 6-7 months or so, we can find out how he's going to cope with the final hurdle. Tremendous performance tonight though, from start to finish.
Blood and thunder battle, this one. David Haye still the European Cruiserweight champion. How he's enjoying it. So much more still to come as well ahead on this Friday fight night. The very classy southpaw, Jose Alushigan, who's unbeaten, up against Frank